Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Lessa, and in this video I want to help you get started with the Final Fantasy VI Randomizer. The reason I'm making this video is because it took me a while to figure everything out, and it's actually relatively easy to get started on and complete your first seed. So if you're new to the randomizer concept, or just new to Final Fantasy VI Worlds Collide, this video should help you get up and running in no time. But first of all, you need to get yourself a seed. If you're new to randomizers and you're not hip with the slang, a seed is a unique version of the game, the base game, that basically decides where all the items, the bosses, characters, and in this case espers, are going to be. No seed is exactly like another seed, so you're in for a customized experience every time you grab a new seed. So first off, you're going to have to find yourself a version of Final Fantasy VI that's compatible with the seed generator. You can find more about which version you need on the official World Collide wiki, and I'll post a link to that one in the description. Once you have that, you head on over to the World Collide's website, and again I'll post a link in the description. And well, before you create your first seed, you need to make a choice out of a bunch of different options. As you can see here, there are numerous, and I'm not going to go into all of them because this is your first seed. So I'm just going to show you the options that I think you need to have a good first experience. So what you want to do is you want to come here down to preset, and you want to make sure that this is set to new player, and in game mode right there, instead of open world, you make sure you select character gating. Now everything else you can basically leave as standard. This just means that you need to get 7 characters before you can go to the end version or the end sequence of the game. This means you need to get 10 espers, you don't require any dragons, and then everything else, from party to magic to items, I feel is most easily customized when you're a little bit more familiar with the concept. So just leave those 2 standard for now. If you're happy with all the options that you've selected, you head on down all the way to the bottom here, where you see the generate one. You select the file that you previously uncovered and can use. You make sure to select that you're not a robot, and then you hit generate. And that'll start the download for your very first seed. Once you get your download done, you unzip it and you use your favorite SNES emulator to run it. And that's basically it for the technical side of generating your seed. So, now that you have your first seed ready to go, what do? Well, first off, it's important to take note of the characters that you start with. As I mentioned earlier, this seed that you generated is character gated, which means that certain events will be shut to you until you unlock or find the characters that you need to unlock those events. So once you get your seed loaded, just quickly pop into your menu and see which characters you have. In my case, I'm starting with Strago and Shadow. I wouldn't be too happy with that if this was an actual seed I'd be playing, but that's just me. And then you go down to something like what you see above my head here, which is a tracker, which is very useful in cases like this. What you can see here is basically all the characters. So in my case, I would select Strago and I would select Shadow down there to see which events I've unlocked right now. So there are 6 events that I could technically go and visit right now. It's up to you to pick one, see what happens there, if it's doable. Does the boss that's there immediately kill you? Is it bossless, so it's quite easy to get to the end of it? And what happens? Do you get an item, an esper, a character? If you get a character, what new events do you unlock? So basically it's a whole thing. You basically just keep going through all these different motions and so forth until you reach the goal of finding 7 different characters and the 10 different espers. After which you'll be allowed into Kafka's Tower and potentially beat the game. And that's really all you need to know to get started. There are a lot of different events in the game, as you can see, and if you're familiar with the vanilla version of Final Fantasy VI, you'll probably be a little bit quicker about finishing a seed. If you're unfamiliar, I recommend again that you turn to the official wiki, and they have some great explanations about each event. Anyway, I hope you have a great time playing this amazing randomizer. If you have any questions, feel free to hit me up on Twitter or stop by one of my streams on Twitch, and I'll do my absolute best to help you out. Have a great day, and I'll see you later.